Do,
It it hit in the feels, and it's not a good thing. Welcome to the Glacially Musical Podcast. Go Don, go fuck yourself. I'm glad to be joined by Keefy. Wow, I'm sorry.
what was
Off the
that?
rails. Amtrak.
What in the fuck?
What? Where did that go,
Where's
man?
this coming from, man? Good lord.
Look, dude,
I'm
you are
sorry,
no longer
I
allowed
Started.
to.
You don't even
you
have
are,
a reason to curse us out yet.
You are no longer allowed to watch Young Sheldon ever before a
Ever,
podcast.
We got no. Oh God, we got to the funeral episode of their father, and yeah, we still have a lot of unresolved grief. Apparently, that I was crying through an entire sitcom. Anyway, thank you for joining us. It is Beer Metal Swearing. As you know, we do the beer check, vinyl check, shirt check, news check, meat of the episode. This week we are discussing Ozzy Osbourne's second album and Randy Rhoads' final album, The Diary of a Madman. The Glacial Musical Podcast Beer of the Week is once again Founder's Mortal Bloom, because frankly, even before I was crying at a sitcom, I had a day. Don.
I decided to try to be brave this week, and I found some vodka and some orange juice. So I decided to make me a giant fucking screwdriver.
I thought you were going to say Hopsecutioner finally, but apparently not.
Well, it tastes like ass. But I'm not allowed to waste anything, so I'm gonna drink it, and I'm gonna just look like I'm constantly shitting myself as I.
Is that a Emory University cup?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's an Emory University cup.
Is that the kind of thing that would get you kicked out of a baseball game for having one if you were a pitcher?
Probably, but you know what? When my wife was in the hospital, this is what they gave her drinks in. So I stole 6 of them.
Oh my God! Oh, is that the double layer one?
Yes.
When Lawyer Wife was in
good.
the hospital for whacking out the kid, which is like the weirdest trip of your life, right? You go, it's like you go to a place and you don't have a kid, and then you leave and you do. It's like a puppy, except way more expensive, and you have to clean the shit off of their buttocks. Anyway, so I came home with like this maternity ward cup, and I swear to God, I drank out of that thing until I got fired from that job, frankly. Keefy.
Okay.
I'm kind of speechless, actually.
Nick is just full of fucking vim and zingers today.
You're gonna get a lot of weirdness out of me today.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of weirdness. Liquid death, murder your thirst.
Third of your merst, if you must.
What flavor you got, Keefy?
This is the severed lime. Severed
lime.
Yeah. No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
That doesn't roll off the tongue.
You drank before the cheers, sir.
I mean, Don did too. So whatever.
I didn't. I'm trying to acclimate to to this vodka. Cheers.
Whatever.
Cheers, guys.
You're gonna get we're just fucking.
I'm sorry. In fairness, I'm the one that ruined the mood.
Don and Keith meet in real life. Early news check, and it's like an incursion happens, like the what is it, the Doctor Strange and the Mountain of Madness, or whatever the fuck that movie is.
If only you guys would have sent me a photo.
Oh, didn't we send a couple?
But Nick, you were there, remember?
I got so many photos from you two on that like afternoon.
Yeah,
it was
3 hours.
And you were there.
It was like you guys were on your first trip to Europe.
Yeah, 4 hours basically is what we had together. So.
Can you? Okay, good. I can. Oh God.
It was like when Step Brothers met.
Yep.
Like it was like that.
Okay.
That we didn't know
you were missed. You were the only thing missing from a perfect time.
Oh.
And we took I took your request and photoshopped you into the pictures. Remember?
That was hysterical. That's like my favorite.
My favorite one was the bathroom.
Exactly, that's the one I wanted.
It looked like you were kind of like popping out of.
I will undoubtedly take you to all those places. I'm
gonna start posting that photo. The Glacial Musical Podcast. Where Jason Newsted got the job in Metallica. Clearly, the gang's all here.
We should all have a destination episode and do the podcast in that bathroom.
Or we could all go to different bathrooms.
No, what fun would that be, dude? We have to be in the bathroom, Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
there's a code violation.
It
This
has a stall,
literally,
so it's great for audio,
this just became a
isolation.
Monty Python sketch on the Monty Python and the Holy Grail soundtrack episode or vinyl record.
No one
They
suspects the Glacially musical podcast.
not in the bathroom, but you should. And
There's only a flesh wound.
there is a scene in the Holy Grail soundtrack where John Cleese is reviewing the bathroom stall in the theater where they're watching the movie.
'Tis but a scratch.
Alrighty, I'm gonna vinyl check if we're cool
Yeah, the
with
Nikes
that.
do say Neek.
It's knee, just N-I.
I say Neek because I
No,
want to.
don't say it wrong. You can't say Monty Python wrong. That's
Look, like John Bon Jovi said, it's my life.
it's their words, motherfucker.
Oh, that's right.
Quote
Yeah,
a
okay.
better song.
In fairness, he's right. Quote up, yeah. I mean, Bon Jovi's got about 6 good songs. That's not one of them.
Okay, look, like Bon Jovi said, I'm wanted dead or alive. Although that had no.
Like
nothing
Bon
to do with
Jovi said,
context.
I'm going down in a blaze of glory. That message was so powerful, he didn't even need Richie Sambora.
That it's like the best Bon Jovi song that ever existed. It wasn't even a Bon Jovi song.
Anywho, vinyl check. This week, friend of the show, Left Lane Cruiser. Bring your ass to the table. Finally got this on vinyl. Left Lane Cruiser is one of my absolute favorite bands. Came out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're my favorite band out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And cool orange translucent vinyl. Sorry. Good stuff. Good stuff. That is their debut record, I believe. It's got the song Pork and Beans. So if you've never heard an ode to pork and beans, there's a record you need.
What
Nice.
kind of music is it? I've never
I
heard of
would
them.
call it psychobilly blues. It is a guitarist and vocalist and a drummer. Joe Freddie the Fourth. Yes, it is the fourth. Tunes to chords because there's no bass player typically. There's only a bass player on one record. And they sing a lot about food and pot.
I love them already.
Those
I
two
love
things
them
kind of go together, really, if you think about it.
Love them already. Sign me up.
My other record for the week is previous podcast subject, GWAR, Battle Maximus.
Ooh.
Now, I have to admit, I bought this just to have something that I bought that day. But it is a cool blue smoke translucent vinyl. It is a double, of course, because all of GWAR's records are too long. What you got done?
All right. So from my trip to the Bay Area, San Francisco, Keefy and I got to hang out and we went record shopping, and we went over to Amoeba, and I picked up this sweet ass copy of the Zabriskie. Is the jury in yet? Is it Zabriskie or Zabriskie? Point.
I don't know. It's some German bullshit. Does it matter?
I'm part Polish, and I've always said Zabriskie.
Okay, so I would say
Like
Zabriskie
that,
then.
like that's brisk, baby. Lipton tea.
Is it smoked brisket or no?
No, well
Because
apparently
I see some brisket on that cover that doesn't look too bad.
this is some. Oh, I'm sorry, the camera's on me. Anyway, so Zabriskie point and $5 for this baby, and the condition was a little questionable. And Keefy and I were kind of like, look, it looked like there was some scratches, but we were like, are they feelers? Are they not? One trip through the disc clean thing sounds like a fucking brand new mint album though, and it's.
Do
great,
you
so I'm
have the
loving it.
fancy supersonic, or do you just have a spin?
I just have a spin. I
Okay,
don't have
so-
that. I don't have. The
I don't even have a
supersonic.
spin. I have a knockoff spin.
The spin. It does the same thing, right?
Yeah, but
I
it's a Studebaker. It's not a spin clean.
I almost bought one that looked like Yellow Submarine. Did you see that one? They had like the
I did see
Beatles
that
version
one.
of it.
Then it was like $120 for plastic and felt.
Yeah, and then this one was like 40.
I
So
got a
just
Studebaker
that
for
one.
35.
See,
It's got wood paneling. It's a wood paneled spin clean. What you got, Keevy?
Oh, I didn't know if Don was done. Is it just the one check today, Don?
yeah. Well, real quick, just to also show real quick, even though it's not vinyl really, but like I bought 2 buttons too. I bought a sweet ass Danzig button and a sweet ass Monkeys button. And I forgot which button it was that I wanted that they were out of, but I was kind of sad, but it was okay.
Beastie Boys for the wife.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, Throw House. So the 2 record stores, right? By the way, I have the one towel in my house not jizzed on and a bottle of water, and that's what I clean my albums with. Maybe my birthday is coming, so I'll maybe treat myself to it. A proper machine cleaner. I also need a new calyx, which I'll explain in a second. But so yeah, we went to the two record stores that I frequent the most here in town, and there are others, but those are the two that I take everyone to and that I want to share with everyone. Amoeba, San Francisco. Don had never been to that one. He'd been to the LA one. I think, Nick, you have been to the Amoeba also in San Francisco, but I'm not sure. And also my
I have
favorite
not.
place.
I have
Well,
not.
you haven't, so we'll go together when you come back here someday. And Thrill House Records, which is my favorite place. I've checked many things from there. I brought Don there. It's a cooperative place, so all the money. Bands donate and sell a lot of merch there, some for consignment, some just donate stuff so the store makes a profit. Including one of the bands I've multiple checks here on the show, Jawbreaker, who they had plenty of because he gives them vinyl, sometimes signed, unbeknownst to you and them, but they sign stuff. And so they just have a lot of memorabilia in the store, books, vinyl, media, shirts, everything. And they had a whole thing of buttons right by the cashier. And the guy is like, I don't even know if we have any of those. I think it's just for show, right? And then
I was like the first guy that like he
ever
actually looked
asked.
shocked. Like
Yeah,
when
he's been there
I was
for
like,
years, that guy.
can I get a button?
He's
And the guy
never
was
been
just like,
there's an additional display of buttons on the other side of the when you walk in. And again, I have, those are like the larger $3 ones. And like again, I've never been asked for a button before. They're here somewhere. Where are they? And he pulls out this case that looks like a old sewing kit that has the buttons in little compartments. And they just happen to have a couple.
Tremendous.
So it was tremendous. So speaking of Thrill House Records, I bought two records there. Then when we went to Amoeba, I was more in like, lounging mode, and I bought a couple of magazines because they have a lot of vintage magazine stuff there. But I did buy two things at Thrill House. And, I'm not buying a lot of stuff this year, so I treated myself again with my tips from karaoke. One, this is, I've never seen this on vinyl before, specifically this release. This is Deftones, the early demo tapes that helped them get signed before their official debut in 1995 on a plain old vinyl. So it's basically their first homemade demo tape, second demo tape from Earth Tone Studios here in the Bay Area, their third demo tape, their promo tape before their debut came out, and then a demo from the self-produced CD like Linus, which is their debut demo, which is called Like Linus, like Charlie Brown Linus. That's what got them signed. And literally while Nick was late to record, I got these in the mylar. Nice brand new crisp vinyl. And then another thing they had, which is also sort of, I guess this is like a bootleg release, but I thought this was fun to have. Who are the two best Norwegian black metal bands ever, Nick?
Mayhem,
Yes.
Dark Throne.
That's both correct. So what
Nailed it.
What if you could get both of their classic
Maythrone?
What if you could get both their
Darkhan?
Darkham.
What if you could get both of their demos on one vinyl? So here's a picture of all of them in the Black Circle Club. It's not photoshopped because that's an original photo.
I'm just going to say they look cool. They don't look really stupid.
Yes. Side A is Dark Throne, the original Falcandra demo featuring Aeon, Falcandra, and Archipelago. Oh. And then side B is Mayhem, Death Crush. Limited to 666 copies.
Perfect. With Death Crush with Dead singing?
Yes. And these sound terrible. There's no question these are going to be horribly sounding. But check out this, because it didn't even say that it had a cool vinyl variant, but it does. It's on, I'm guessing this is like some translucent mauve red vinyl. Blood red vinyl, maybe, translucent.
I've got a few that color. That's a good color.
It's really like a fuchsia or something, almost a fuchsia, but a reddish.
It is telly. It is translucent telly.
Okay, well, I mean, pretty fucking cool. I do love my black metal I do love Dark Throne. I do love Mayhem. So that's two pretty good pickups. I feel like that's a thing you would have bought if you had been there.
Me? Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Even though
Okay.
I'm
Did
sure it
nobody
sounds
get
bad.
the Telly reference? Did nobody get that?
The Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
At least you didn't
Yeah.
say Elmo, because fuck him. Um.
Yeah. Elmo, the fucking white supremacist Nazi.
Okay. I didn't think we were talking about Grok here.
Did y'all not see that about Elmo's a social media account getting hacked? And it
He
was
was
saying a bunch of
hacked. He was actually hacked. He wasn't Ted Cruz like in porn hacked. He was real hacked.
he was like he was like Wiener sending his wiener to
I
people.
liked
All right,
I really
news-
liked Anthony Weiner could have been president. That's how fucked up
Dude,
our
that would have
country
been
is.
awesome.
Before that, not after that.
And
He's
I would
worse.
have taken it.
I would have rather Click and Clack be president and vice president, but you know, whatever.
By the way, I want Don to ask the question to Nick that he asked me in the store, which is, and I think Nick will give a quick answer before we do the news. And that was, what do you think about all these random bootlegs or whatever independently recorded and produced demos, live albums, things? Because I bought two, right? These are not official releases, of sure.
I've never bought any, and I've never checked any on this show.
But you have some boots because we know you do.
No, I don't.
You have yes, you have the Slayer.
Keefy,
Attitude.
they're unofficial releases.
Yeah, what's Nick's stance on unofficial releases? But I know you have a few.
I only have like 30. I mean,
that's a lot. That's a 2 or 3% of your whole collection. No, like 30.
not that much. I've got. I know I've got multiple Roger boots.
Did Nick exaggerate something? Hold on a second. Write this down. Only not that many. Word?
No, it's not 2 to 3% of my collection. If 30 of them were 2% of my collection, I would have only 200 or how many? I can't do. No, I have 1,500 records, and I have about 30.
Nick is not here for the math of things.
I'm not. I'm a linguist. I'm gonna
You're a cunning linguist.
piss me off, and I'm gonna do the rest of the show in Spanish.
Do what you want to do.
Well,
Let's
so
see how
Nick,
that goes.
the question that I was asking Keefy was because, and maybe your educated vinyl mind would know this more than us, is that like how and when did it totally become legit somewhat?
35 years ago?
No, fuck.
Yeah.
Listen to me, fuck. Okay, no, not listen to me, fuck. Like listen to me, comma, fuck. But anyway,
listen to you come then fuck. Well, that's backwards.
you have. I mean, but anyway, like
you should be fucked
I feel
and
like
come.
I feel like this shit used to be this shit. This shit used to live behind the counter, right? Like you like it was like
Not
out
in
of
St.
sight,
Louis.
out of mind.
Literally not in St. Louis.
Well, it always was where I lived, but when was it? When did it get to be totally acceptable for record stores to buy this shit and sell it?
You're asking two different questions, okay? Because there are boots, and then there are counterfeits. In my lizard brain, they're the same goddamn thing. You're breaking the same law. You're breaking the same copyright law. Whether it's a recording of a concert or whether it is my copy of Danzig 3 or Samhain Initium that was pressed by somebody else because Danzig won't get off his duff and do it again, right? Or my copy of Warrant Cherry Pie. In fairness, I didn't know that one was counterfeit till I got it home.
Did you know it was counterfeit by listen or by like looking through the?
No, by cataloging it on Discogs.
Oh,
I didn't look at it real close. I got it for Lawyer Wife. It was like a week after we saw Warrant. But in St. Louis, like literally 35 years ago, they just called them imports.
Yeah, that's what they
Because
used to call them. Yeah.
if you look at these things, they will have a copyright, they will have a label. So there is enough plausible deniability there. But yes, I have Pink Floyd live at Montreux 1970. I have the Beastie Boys live 92 Kawasaki, Japan. I have Roger Quebec. I have Roger New York. I know I've got more. Oh, I've got Metallica. I've got the second to last show. Cliff Burton never played on a boot. And my opinion is this: be smart about what you buy. Look for the phrase radio broadcast. Because if you buy a radio broadcast, you're still gambling with your ducats. However, you're far more likely to get something worth sounding. I listened to that Kawasaki Beastie Boys record yesterday because I needed something to celebrate my air conditioner coming back on, and I felt like a Beastie Boys rock and roll hip hop punk rock party in Japan with MC Boo yelling "baka baka 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 baka" was the way to do it. So that's what I did. But,
well, so sound quality wise, though, I mean, obviously it's going to vary, even for an FM broadcast, though.
Correct.
Right?
Okay. I have been lucky. Every one I have is pretty damn good. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that Roger Waters' The Pros and Cons of New York sounds as good as Pulse or sounds as good as Live at Pompeii. But you know what? It sounds damn good because it was a Westplex. Oh, I forget the name of the family of stations from that back then. But, I mean, it was a big-time radio doing that recording. We're going to talk about tribute today, right? A little bit? Are we going to talk about that today? Let's assume we're going to talk about it today. Maybe we don't. That's a radio broadcast. It was the
was that the one from the King Biscuit Flower Hour?
It was King Biscuit Flower Hour. That's where the recordings are. Was
it Baltimore?
Cleveland, I think.
Because I actually have the original audio of that show, and you can definitely hear where it was doctored, and also if you notice in tribute,
if you listen to
heavy lack of lack of banter in between songs.
Right, there's no banter.
Out. Yeah.
Now, and if you listen to "Speak of the Devil," Ozzy's vocals in the songs have a different timbre than Ozzy's vocals for the banter. Mm-hmm. Anyway, basically what it's boiled down to is, they're just not chasing this stuff down as much as they used to. But, I mean, I bought Metallica CD bootlegs, I bought Kiss CD bootlegs, I bought all kinds of these things in record stores in St. Louis back in the 90s. Vintage Vinyl used to have an entire section of bootleg concerts behind in a glass counter. And I believe they had some VHS as well. And, I know of the Kiss tapes they had were, they were the big circulated ones. It was nothing special. But I remember a buddy of mine, the singer in my band, having a Nirvana one, and Kurt yelling at the taper.
Oh, that's fucking money.
I know, right? Isn't that
so
funny?
One more last point on this, because I did want to say, is that there also seems to have been a large gap of time in between when they were like hot in the 80s. It's kind of simmered in the 90s to go into CDs and cassettes, but now all of a sudden, bam, they're hitting vinyl again. I mean, like by the hundreds, right? I mean, we're talking Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Nirvana, everything.
If you go to Vintage Vinyl right now, there are probably about 30 different Black Sabbath FM releases. There's about 40 different Pink Floyd ones. I mean, there are tons and tons and tons of these because people are finally getting a hold of the tapes and pressing them, because you know what? Who cares?
And how are they doing the press? Are they doing the pressing like directly from like from an original source, or are they just going for whatever they have?
I hope, but who knows? Whatever. It's it's a 180 gram pressing. 180 gram pressing sound different than 70s and 80s and 90s pressings. That's just the reality of life.
Well, good. Well, I feel like I've been educated on bootlegs. So anyway,
if you are supporting your artist, do not worry about buying bootlegs. I mean, I have every Metallica album but one. I have every Pink Floyd album but one. I have every Beastie Boys album but one. I have every single Roger Waters album now, because my dumbass did buy Redux. So I have no qualms spending $25 or $50 to get the 4 LP set of him playing Pros and Cons of New York and Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking in New York. Whatever. You want my real money for the real stuff, put out real stuff. I'll buy it. I'm going to buy the Roger. I'm going to buy the Dave. I'm going to buy it all. Eventually. I'll get it. Anyway, news check.
Yes, go ahead.
Just a little bit of personal news for me this week. On Tuesday of last, my air conditioning went out, as I may have mentioned. And Wednesday, I spent the entire day in my house sweating my balls off, having my underpants sticking delightfully to my bum cakes. And you know what I did after all that was over? After I spent the entire day in my house hoping the air conditioner repairman would come over? He didn't, by the way. He came yesterday. Do you know what I did that night? I went downtown to the soccer stadium, and I sat with 18,000 other sweaty ass St. Louisans in 98-degree muggy ass weather.
So you went from one hot place to another.
I 15 minutes into the first half, I look at Lori wife and I go, I'm good. I'm second half. Let's bolt. Let's just go to a bar and finish it, and that's what we did. So that's my news.
Fantastic. Keefy, you want to go next, or
Don,
no?
you are always in the two hole. Go ahead.
That's why the you can see the fan if you're watching on YouTube, because I got a window in front of me and a window behind me, so I had to get some airflow.
How'd that work for you, though?
Well, the good news is on Wednesday, on Thursday, we dropped from 98 to 78. So the weekend was actually kind of okay. We spent most nights this past weekend outside watching Star Wars.
Love it.
Yeah, we have an outdoor projection, lit some fires, and brought some beers out, and just called it a week. Doing the same thing tonight.
Well, I spent the weekend in lovely, beautiful, clean air, crisp air, San Francisco, California, to celebrate the 60th anniversary.
I thought you were going to say
Dead.
Keefy's bosom, Keefy's crisp, clean bosom.
Well, that came later, much like myself. But anyway, it was great. I had a great time hanging out in Golden Gate Park with like 50,000 very slow moving stoners, which was great. And
slow moving because they were high, or slow moving because their hips hurt?
Both, absolutely.
The correct answer is it can be two things.
It can be all the things, but it was great. I had a great time. Dead and Company was fantastic. The reviews and all the major newspapers they were outstanding. Delivered some great performances, and Keefy's nodding his head because I'm sure he even saw that as well. But it was fantastic. It was a great day. Lots of cool guests as well. Just a good vibe, a lot of fun, great music, and seeing a show there was a blast. I'll just sidestep just a little bit. Was that they had this kind of little off section, like kind of tucked back into the woods area where all the trees were, where they had like a screen and like a little mini stage. So they made it look like a mini version of the festival stage that had the screen on it, so you could watch it like that. And we were going to watch it from so far back anyway that we decided to go check out what this little area was like. And it was fucking superb. The sound was fantastic. We watched it from there. There was about 300 or 400 people around us, and we were all just vibing, having a great time without having to be engulfed in 50,000 other people. So, but it was a great time. Got to hang out with Keefy. We went record shopping. It was a lot of fun. And then I returned home, and I was late on hearing this news, but the lead singer for the sleaze metal iconic band Junkyard passed away after a battle with cancer. And that one really hit hard because that was a band that I absolutely love, and I loved them so much when I was a kid. And Junkyard was the band that when I first saw them, I felt like I could pull it off because they were so fucking ugly that I was like, okay, I can pull that off. That looks good. I'm going to go get a jean jacket and write "eat shit" on the back of it. And I did just that. So anyway, rest in peace, David Roach. And that's really all the news I have right now. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You do not want to do the farter news? I'm shocked.
The what?
It follows me again to do the farter news.
I had to throw that over to you, man. I actually held back on that one.
All right. Yeah, it was lovely to see you.
We leave the hard news for Keefy.
Don is lovely in person. His wife is lovely in person. We had a great time. And again, Nick was the only thing missing. You were missed.
Oh, you guys are being really nice now, and I feel really bad for telling you 3 seconds in to go fuck yourselves.
Well, I mean, you have to reflect on your life choices, make better ones.
It's what happens in relationships like this.
Well,
and Keefy, I will not reflect on my choices. I will not make better ones. I will spend absurd amounts of money on things you don't like.
I mean, I expect that from everybody because you're all fucking sick and I'm well. Anyway,
I'm going to make a toot toot.
Harvey Danger, flagpole sitter. So I, by the way, saw Deftones and System of a Down last summer, same weekend. The plan is Golden Voice, who puts on those shows, and most of the shows on the West Coast in big venues that are not Ticketmaster, and a few other things. Their plan was to do concerts every summer now in that band shell. It was many years that were done, for whatever reason, or sparingly. So I saw Deftones and System of a Down there last year with Viagra Boys and Vows, who I really love. And Viagra Boys are fun. And also the Mars Volta, who were amazing. And I saw them again open for Deftones this spring. And so yeah, that place is, if you can come in on the right side of the park, you don't have to navigate through the whole of Golden Gate Park to get to the band shell in the area.
I'm sorry, if you can what now?
So there's two entrances. Golden Gate Park is like a
smaller version. If you can do what now?
He totally missed it.
Circumvent, navigate. I don't know.
If you said you come in the right place.
Come in the right place. All right. If you enter in the right, oh no, that doesn't work either.
That makes it even worse.
Or it makes it even better. If you enter in the crevasse in the proper way.
No.
If you enter the park on the 30th Street side.
Is that where the prostitutes are, or no?
No, it's actually it's a nice part of town. It's almost,
and Nick,
it's
actually
Presidio.
It's commercial sex workers, is what it is.
Yeah, prostitutes is a mean.
Yeah, it's
pejorative.
Derogatory.
Sex work is good work, sir.
I'm not saying it. Never mind.
Read your Bible, sir. Anyway, so news. Foreigner has formally announced, Don's news last week is that Foreigner is going to do tour dates with Lou Graham this December. I think, as one of you said, this is probably a trial run for a
That's what I said. I want our nicknames for Foreigner to stick. Okay, we need to just, never mention it again that we came up with Blue Lou and Mick Guitar Jones. That's just who they are. It's who they've always been, sure. And eventually everyone else will join in.
Hopefully. So
or will die.
They're doing Northeast tour dates in December. It looks like 7 or 9. It's formally announced. It is happening. And then, we'll see if Lou holds up and he wants to do more. But clearly the Foreigner shift to the new singer is not actually happening the way they said it was.
It doesn't seem like that.
I bet the tickets weren't flying off the shelves, basically.
No, because you've got to have you. The thing about Kelly Hansen was you can look at Kelly Hansen and forget that his name is Kelly Hansen,
and he's not an original.
Right,
anything.
He's up there. He's got the Ronnie James Dio. He's got the Ronnie James Dio pirate shirt on. He's like,
wearing a blouse. He's not wearing a man's shirt. He's wearing a blouse.
I've been in Foreigner for 48 years.
Game blouses. He's wearing a Prince-like shirt.
Oh yeah, he is the Dread Pirate Roberts at this point. And now you're like, oh, we're gonna move the bass player over. And I mean, I believe
the backup guitar singer guy is gonna sing lead now. Yeah,
yeah.
And nothing against him. I'm sure he can do the job, but just like that's not.
Look, you have got to have plausible deniability for this to work.
A little bit, yeah. Good call.
So are we gonna take a poll as to how long, how many shows Lou? Nick is way ahead of us tonight on the little double entendre, so to speak. I got a poll for you, Nick. Nick's got like one of 12 polls, like the octopus dicks that he has. But
hey, why do you think they call me Spider? Because I have 8 of something.
Anyway,
what is that accent? Oh my god!
That's from mom.
Is that like your New York City smokers?
No,
accent?
that is my perfect impersonation of Noel Fielding's character Spider from The Mighty Boosh.
Okay.
Now, Noel Fielding was doing a Mexican accent.
Oh.
But he's got a Shoreditch London accent, so it came out weird.
Okay.
Hey, why do you think they call me Spider? It sounds just like that.
So it kind of works. I say Blue Lou's going to make 3 shows.
He's
gonna get it done. He's gonna get it done.
They're all close to home for him. So I think, like, realistically,
Blue Lou's back.
He's back-ish. He's back for little bits, and I think 7 or 9 dates he can do. And then I think it's unrealistic to think he's going to do like 80 dates is not
Okay,
happening.
$5. $5 says Blue Lou is back.
Okay,
Back in the New York groove.
Let's wager that. I say that Blue Lou makes it 3 shows.
We're going lowest. What are you going?
No, I'm going
right
to say
style?
Lou's going to do all the announced shows, 7 or 9.
I'm saying 30. I'm saying he's going to do 30.
Well, I mean, are you counting into next year? This is quite bad then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying
the ones
there's
that are
no
announced,
way he's going to do that.
I'm saying, let me rephrase. He's going to do 30 consecutive. If they do the 9 or whatever in the Northeast and then they get rid of him, then I
think
lost.
casinos and things like that, he's not going to commit to doing every single show. I think he's going to do groups of shows.
Brother Man was touring when Foreigner was touring.
I know, but it's not the same thing.
But he was not hit. He wasn't
and it's
hitting
like Thursday,
it as hard.
Friday, Saturday. Listen, like Quiet Riot plays like every weekend at casinos for like $50,000 a pop. At that point, it's too lucrative. I think. I think they do, and I think at that point they don't have to tour 7 days a week. They can do 3, 4.
Well, then I guess Grand Funk's probably getting a hundo then.
I don't know. No, not that much. They're Grand Funk. I don't even know how they
Their
got that
Grand
much
Funk is way bigger than Quiet Riot, and they have some
Not
people
today.
that aren't.
No,
dead.
they're not, man. Not today.
You're not considering that Grand Funk's people are 10 or 15 years older than Foreigners fans.
Yeah, I know. I saw Grand Funk at a casino.
You did.
I felt positively young as fuck.
Right.
Does Grand Funk have like 3 original members or something like that?
2 of the 3.
I'm gonna move.
They were
this
true.
along. Move this along. This is a very long segment on Foreigner now. So I had kind of a catastrophe happen at my house after we recorded the podcast last week. There was a flood in my house. I'm going to spare you all the gory details, but I managed to save my records, some of which my collection was on the floor. Under my turntable, under a coffee table that my turntable sits on. And I managed to.
Is that where you keep the vodka and the mixers, or no?
No.
Did they get fucked up, Keefy?
No, I mean like a little bit of wet on the outside. Thank God for these Invest in Vinyl outer sleeves.
Safe vinyl. You wrap them in, you wrap them out.
Karaoke and practice safe vinyl. And by the way, if you'd like to get Invest in Vinyl sleeves like Nick and I and Don all have, you can hit the link in our description. That will help me get a new calyx, because what I decided is I need a second calyx now, formally, to keep my shit off the ground. So the catastrophe portion is over. The prevailing wisdom from my super in my building is that they're going to have to gut my bathroom completely and put a new one in. I rent in an apartment. There are no open apartments. I don't know where I'm going to shower or shit when that happens, but I only had to go without a shower for like a day and a half. So
I have an idea of where you could go.
You can go shit in my hat.
Well, I mean, I don't have the vinyl. I could go grab it, and we could check. We could do an early check.
Cheers, the bar.
I was going to say
my name.
I was going to say young man.
The YMCA. Well. Yes,
that's actually smarter than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say he could go to the car wash.
Yes, I hate
the car wash.
Stop! I hate both of those songs.
What? How can you hate YMCA? It's when you're at the worst level of pro sports. No matter how terrible the athletics are,
it's because Trump does his fucking shit dance.
Do not let that some bitch take your joy.
Yeah, he did.
No, fuck that.
He took our song, man. He took our song.
Did you see Kamala with Colbert? He took the whole world's joy, including hers. So anyway,
I refuse to let him have mine.
Whatever. Here's an interesting journalistic thing for you both. So we got the cause of death of Ozzy today.
Mm-hmm.
And I never report on these things. I can barely put together, like I couldn't write up a death notice for Roach. Dave McKenna, the drummer and podcaster, died this week suddenly. People are really hurt about that one. I tangentially know of him, but I didn't know him personally. We were supposed to do an interview, got canceled, whatever. A lot of people are upset. I do death notices when I can, but I can't do them all. It's just hard on me. And I never do the follow-up. Now we know what they died from. Chester Bennington, suicide.
Don't need.
Well, I did it today, and I have mixed emotions about it, to be honest. I did it today. I don't typically need these or like them. They're written and reported on badly. They feel Not good, but I did it and I shared it everywhere and I still felt shitty. So I don't know in the future if I'll do another one of these that are not Ozzy. But yeah, really tough, really tough. It's been the whole world is grieving. It's been nice to see a lot of people. Even my therapist was like, when I heard that Ozzy died, I was worried about you. I was like, that's off. That's kind of awesome that I'm associated with Ozzy and metal enough that my own therapist is like, I was concerned for you when he died. I was like, good, thank you.
I think that's a
Um,
beautiful fucking thing because like I had like my uncle from New Orleans messaged me, kid I grew up with in New Orleans messaged me. They're like, how you holding up after the news? Like they didn't even have to say like, and I was like, yeah. I mean, it kind of overjoyed me because it kind of lets people know how much they know that music or a certain
that's your
artist means to
personality, yeah.
you.
I
That's
didn't
you.
get any of that. Man, everybody I know
Well,
sucks.
kind
Nick,
of.
how are you holding up, man?
I'm good.
Why did we not
I'm
go to
good.
the Headless Bat Bar in St. Louis when I was there? This shit kind of offends me. What is your personal gripe with them? I kind of need to know.
Okay, are we gonna air the dirty laundry?
Did you have a bad experience there? Did somebody try to big time you there, like they did at the other place?
Did someone did someone corner
Okay,
you in a
okay,
stall?
fine. You know what? It is what it is. So
You're
several
not
years.
going to take me there anyway. Danny is going to have to take me there, or I'll go
No, I'll
myself.
go there, but I haven't been. So the owner of that bar did an interview with me several years ago.
Oh, go on.
He's in a St. Louis band on a pretty significant label, and I thought, it'd be
Oh, I got it.
fun.
I got it. I know now the story. Okay, you don't have to
Well,
say.
I don't, so fucking tell
Yeah, we'll
me.
do it off air. That band
All
is
right, well,
broken
that's
up now,
fine.
by the way.
Oh, are they good? I don't care.
I think so, yeah.
I do kind of
Okay.
want to go to the. I
I
do
didn't
kind of
know
want
it
to
was
go to the
that.
place.
I didn't know that was the guy. Now I kind of don't want to go, but I
Have
kind of
you
still do.
ever known me to be subtle?
Not at all. You
No,
can't.
not
Not
at
if you
all.
wanted to. You couldn't if you tried.
I know I was subtle last night. You're like, why didn't you take me there? I have my
Well, then
reasons.
why doesn't Danny know that if he's your buddy?
Danny knows that. We've talked about it.
That's me. All right. I may
I
still.
don't look. Danny can do what Danny does. Danny is Danny, and you know
Yeah.
what? I got
Danny's
coworkers that go
wonderful.
there. I mean, it's Danny's a wonderful human being,
He is.
and he's just a joy to the world. Shirt check. News are done.
I guess that's it for the news. There's probably some other stuff my brain is not working.
Yeah. I'm rocking the Sloth shirt. Not fast, not furious. So metal. God.
I'm rocking the Tesla. Let's see, what year is that? 2018 tour, summer tour. It was the tour they did with
Sticks.
Def Leppard. No,
Not
it was
Styx.
they were with Def Leppard on that tour.
I saw him with Sticks.
Wait. No, Styx was later because it was Styx and Joan Jett. Probably this was
Yeah.
Def Leppard and I wanted to say it was Poison.
I'm pretty sure it was Sticks because I took my kid to that.
It was one of those two because I know I've seen them a ton. But anyway,
I've seen him too many
rocking
times.
this from the tour shirt. Love it. Love my Tesla shirt. Keefy.
All right, and I am doing one foot in the gutter, one fist in the gold. Headbangers Ball, MTV. MTV turned 43 or 44. Yes, earlier this week. 14 years of
It
music.
turned some number of things.
14 years of music and whatever the fuck music.
14 intervals of music and 48 intervals of life.
Yeah,
And
well,
30 years of Teen Mom.
of Teen Mom and fucking.
I know a guy
ridiculousness and
who I
whatever.
swear to God said to me, when Teen Mom was on, I thought, the kids are going to see this. They're all going to want to do that. And I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. He's like, well, that's what we wanted to do when we got pregnant.
What?
Why isn't that guy a co-host on this show? Even if he doesn't
Hey.
like vinyl or music.
Well, my mom says I'm the best French kisser.
The line was, Dad says I'm the best.
Tell me you're
Yeah,
from
but
the
I wanted
South
to say
without
Mom.
telling me.
Okay, Behen showed.
Hey, does your dad have asteroids?
Do you know you can make love to baloney? 1981. So at this point in time, the Ozzy Osbourne Touring Express has been going for 8 to 9 months. And I don't think we can overstate what kind of road dogs they were. This is me transitioning, being professional, using my NPR voice. And the amazing thing about Sharon Arden meeting up with one Ozzy Osbourne was how much she could harness him, how much she was able to impress upon Ozzy that he wasn't done. This life wasn't over. He could continue. They fell in love. They become an item. They're touring. They end up having Amy on the bus, and Amy spends her first 3 or 4 years of her life on the bus. And while they're touring constantly, they're writing, they do some recording. In fact, Tribute has 4 songs from this record, and it was recorded before this album even came out. One of the things I will never stop talking about, what an amazing thing Ozzy Osbourne did, was he became a solo artist. When he went on tour with Ozzy Osbourne, he turned the page. He did it like Roger Waters did not. He did it like Ace Frehley did not. He did it like Gwen Stefani did.
David Lee Roth.
I don't know any of his live shows, so I can't speak to that.
Haley Williams from Paramore.
Same. No, I don't. My kid listened to Paramore on my turntable today. And my response was, "You have a Paramore record?" She's
I'd
like, "Yeah."
I'd listen to her on my turntable.
And then I'm like, "Do they have a song called Paramore?" She's like, "No."
They do not. I hope she did not listen to the last Paramore record,
And
the
then
record that is horrible.
And then I said,
terrible album.
And I said, "Do you know why I asked you that question?" She goes, "Yes, Dad. You want to know if there's a song called Paramore by Paramore on the album Paramore, like the song Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath on Black Sabbath." I'm like, "I'm going to talk about this on my podcast." I don't know that she cared.
She's still not going to listen.
Did you make her jealous of the cat, by the way?
Which cat?
You left a message saying that you were trying to make your kid jealous of the cat.
I'm trying to take all the cats my own. I was trying to talk to her. I was trying to talk to one of the cats whose nickname is now Biscuits. His name is Roy. His nickname is now Biscuits because he makes biscuits without people there.
Wait, what's his name again?
Roy.
Did somebody call me? I'll be seeing Blue Lou sooner than he thinks. You come for you, Boo.
I'm going to produce some snow powder.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to produce some snow powder for Mick and Blue Lou before they know it.
Did somebody say powder?
You know what's fucking crazy is that Roy Thomas Baker Schneef version looks, don't spit up your beer, Nick, looks a lot like Chips Enough. I know. He really does.
Like Chips? No, he looks like, who's the guy from Ozark Daredevils? Or Black Oak, Arkansas. Who's the guy from Black Oak, Arkansas?
Okay, yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He looks like the lead singer of Black Oak, Arkansas. Now.
Well, I'll definitely get high on the new thing.
We're looking for the new sound. Come on, hey. We're never going to find a new sound. Man, that episode of Mighty Boosh is just coming up all over this episode. Woman, put away your fiery biscuits. So, while they're on tour, they're recording, they're doing all the business, and at this point in time, this album comes out in... Sorry, I gotta scroll up. This comes out in October of 1981. It was recorded, obviously, before that. I believe it was recorded in the spring. But the first album comes out in 80. Can you hear me?
Nope, you fucked it up again. 80 is when the record comes out. I'll give Nick a chance to mute himself and fix his microphone situation. This comes out like 14 months after the first record. So they toured straight. They go back in the studio for like a very brief amount of time, whip out another record. I mean, like, you know, I don't know if Randy was writing on the road or not or whatever, but like they just whoosh this record into existence. And, you know, I know that Don brought up a point last time about like the sort of the live band becomes the band that makes the next record and becomes Ozzy's band and should have stayed Ozzy's band.
Forever.
I know that like there's photos and of Rudy and Tommy that are like on the album, but they didn't play on it, which is fucked. And Bob and Lee, as I have been fiercely angry. You sound good there again, Nick. I'll let you take back.
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
back.
were
I'm
saying.
back.
Yeah, like we'll complain later about this, but go right ahead, Nick.
Yeah, the thing about the Ozzy Osbourne band is that the touring band was never the band on record. It's just kind of shitty there. But what was the last thing I said before I got lost? I don't remember.
Fuck if I know. You were talking about the record coming out in
Oh
October
yeah.
of '81.
So there, Randy, around the release of this album, Diary of a Madman, which comes out in October of '81, and he dies in March of '82. So he actually only had his Jackson Randy Rhoads, the official model, for about a month before he died, which really is horrible. He did have a Jackson Flying V, but it wasn't. It was a prototype. It wasn't the real one. Anyway, so he has a conversation with Guitar World, and one of the first issues of Guitar World I ever purchased had this interview, and it was a retrospectives, retrospecticus issue of Guitar World where they had condensed versions of all interviews. It was only interviews. I remember Ace, Eddie, everybody being in there, everybody of any import, and Randy really made me not ever want to hear this record because he talked about how, oh, we recorded it too fast. I didn't have my sound. I wasn't ready. And I don't like the way it is, but the next record is going to be great. That's sad. But that's where we are. And
Real quick, I wanted to let you know, I forgot I did this the other day, is that I was looking for some like you know, handbills and flyers or whatever for that tour. And the one I found, it's actually billed as Ozzy Osbourne, and under it says Blizzard of Oz. So like, if we remember, that was his intention, was to have the band called Blizzard of Oz.
well, I mean, it's
And
Blizzard of Oz, Fraley's Comet, Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
exactly. But the handbill for this is great. It says Ozzy Osbourne, the heart and guts of Black Sabbath returns.
Should have
With
been the heart
special
and
guests, Motorhead.
it should have been the heart and nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the dog's bollocks.
$8.50 in advance.
Holy crap. I mean, it's remember the Pink Floyd live album, the Wembley Dark Side of the Moon that we did forever ago. You know what it
I
cost
remember
to
when you guys
go to
did
that
that, yeah.
show?
Was it like $5.50 or something like that? Or
No, it was expensive. It was extraordinarily expensive. It was 16 pounds.
oh, Jesus Christ.
I know, it's like 20 bucks. 20
That's
bucks to see Pink Floyd.
That's like Taylor Swift prices now,
No.
or maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, still. I got a 20 spot. If Pink Floyd wants to reunite and play the stadiums for 20 bucks, I got 20 bucks.
I don't.
I'm Lorne Michaels of SNL. I would like to invite the Beatles to bury the hatchet and reunite for one show, maybe 3 songs, right here on Saturday Night Live as the musical guest sometime in the next year.
What the best part about that was?
Eleanor Rigby, there's $1,000 right there. If you don't want to pay Ringo or pay him less, that's up to you. But we're going to give you a check, a cashier's check for $3,000 to reunite. On SNL.
George Harrison showed up. George Harrison actually showed up, and he's like, "So I'm here. Where's my $1,000?
Where's my money?"
All right. Is there anything else that I think we need to really discuss about this before we move into the actual song parts of this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead. It was produced by Max Norman. Okay.
The engineer on the previous record.
Yeah. And Bob and Randy also got production credits. So.
Well, it's a much better sounding record right off the bat because they were not self-producing it because they had a little bit of more budget. I don't know the exact amount, but so just really quick, because we did this last week, I'm not going to go through the records again. We'll do this in the next episode. I think we're going to do 3 and then a break, right? Because we have a lot of records to get through. So I don't think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because
if we're going, I mean, No More Tears is where I think we should stop. But no, I will not go past Ozman.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, osmosis.
You mean osmosis?
Yeah, osmosis. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it up in the air until we get later in the series. We also did the chaser on Ozzy's death and whatever. So like we'll
So
play.
really, we should do a chaser next week because it's 3 Aussies in a row.
Yeah, but like it was a chaser. So let's just do another album and then a chaser. Here's a set list from right before the record comes out. So they literally were never off the road. They like took a couple of weeks to make a record, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, it was Diary of a Madman was recorded in like 6 weekends.
Yeah, barely. So the record's not out yet. It's the end of September. It's mid-September 1980, and they are 80, so not 81. Hold on one second. I pulled up the wrong one. But Ozzy's legendary use of
Cocaine.
Carmina Burana. What are you okaying?
I said cocaine, but I had to
yes.
mute and get
his
close.
legendary use of cocaine, but his legendary use of the opening and closing track of Carmina Burana by Carl Orff, O Fortuna, the devil music that he's well known for, was the opening to his, major, his solo career, basically every show ever. Which is how Metallica got the idea to do Ennio Morricone's
Wait, really? Seriously?
Ecstasy of Gold.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's just take a set list from before the album came out. So let's just say April of 1981. So new record's not out.
Good year. Good year.
Yeah.
Good month.
So O Fortuna on tape. I Don't Know. Crazy Train. Believer, so they're already playing songs that are not out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Crowley, or Crowley, but Crowley, like Owly. Flying High Again. Revelation Mother Earth played live. I would have loved to seen that.
That was on Tribute as well.
Yeah. Steal Away the Night.
Mm-hmm. Let's go crazy.
Drum solo, so I'm presuming this is Tommy Aldridge and not Lee Kerslake.
That is actually
Tommy
indeed
Aldridge,
Tommy
yeah.
Aldridge, yes.
Yeah.
Tommy Aldridge on drums.
The double bass master, right? No Bone Movies. Don's Anthem.
That is not Don's anthem. That's Don's anti-anthem.
Okay.
No, my anthem is all bone movies.
All bone movies.
More bone movies.
There's like some bone
Nothing but bone movies.
Always bone movies.
Yeah. Suicide Solution into the guitar solo, totally, Randy's trademark, right? Every
Suicide
show.
Solution featuring Randy Rhoads on lead guitar.
Yes.
Yes.
And then closing with Iron Man,
Heard that song?
Children of the Grave,
Oh, that's a good one.
and then the classic encore Every Time, Paranoid.
Which Randy Rhoads never learned to play.
Not really.
Which, by the way, that is one of the single greatest live versions of Children of the Grave.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love
Truly
Sabbath,
amazing.
but man, Randy cut so hard into that song, man.
See,
It
the thing
was
is,
just something,
Tony
man.
didn't realize he wasn't writing a Black Sabbath song when he did it.
Mm-mm.
He was writing a thrash tune, and Tony, God love him, does not have the precision. He doesn't have. He's a riff master, but he is not the machine precise riff mastery that we get 10 years afterwards.
Yeah, because Geezer in the Sabbath version is what I thought carried that fucking gallop more than anything. Whereas like Randy took that thing over into that fucking galloping, that fucking, palm muting thing. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, Tony didn't palm mute. That wasn't a thing
No,
back
he
then.
didn't. Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think we're done having orgasms over.
No,
Children of
I'm
the
not
Grave.
done. I'm going to do it a few more times this week.
I am tantrically listening to Children.
Tangentially or
Do not touch me when I'm being tantric. Stifler.
Okay. Shall we do the track listing? Christ.
Only if Donkin's. Oh, come on. It's funny. Are you not entertained?
Vodka still sucks, by the way. It's terrible.
That's the first
This is vodka!
The first alcoholic drink I ever had was a vodka. So I am
Mine was, are we counting the sip of beer I had when I was 3 right after a cool menthol?
Oh, that explains it all.
Dude, I was a child of Gen X. When I'm Gen X, man.
Hey, whatever.
How did the boomers teach you? Here, yeah, puff on this cool. Anywho, shall we go over the mountains? You want to talk about a song that will lift you up? Lift me up.
Are you singing Yes?
No, I'm trying to sing Lift Me Up by Bruce McCullough.
Stop.
I don't remember the words.
Well, what the fuck then?
I didn't know I didn't remember the words until I got into it.
Okay.
I'm distraught. Anyway, great song, great solo, great everything. Don.
Man, what's there to not love about this song? Fucking incredible opener. Like, I'll be honest, I thought that I didn't think that I Don't Know could be topped, man. I thought Over the Mountain fucking just took that. I mean, it's a blast right to your fucking face.
It's got
right
a great drum intro. And you know me, I hate drummers more than I hate bass players. And just nailed it. And, I mean, just like this amazing tumbling avalanche drum intro into a riff. It's like watching the Fall Guy do a stunt only to land on his leading lady.
Yep.
I think we should have a gag where every time you mention the Fall Guy, we just have to do the whole theme song.
How many times have we mentioned the Fall Guy?
Come sail away. Come. No, Carmen, no! I might jump through an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine.
I don't remember the song. Weren't we supposed to have a buzzer board this week?
Yeah, we don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
The flood in my house kind of fucked up everything.
Fucking floods.
Good song by Pantera, though.
Is it like 1993 or some shit? It was the flood of the century in St. Louis. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Don, are you done with your point on Over the Mountain?
Oh yeah, no, fucking like I said, just fucking great song right out of the gates.
Unbelievably great song, and I feel like there's growth here as a songwriter for the band, especially Randy. And my favorite part of Over the Mountain is Neither and Ozzy actually like melodically great, different key, different everything, not out of his range, really well done. And then you know what I think is really cool is the solo has. The solo is incredible, but there's also kind of like a riff salad solo part that I think other bands like Megadeth and Metallica and Anthrax adopted later. So it's like it's part of the solo, but it's also like this insane arpeggiated run that's actually like a counterpoint to the original key and chord progression of the song that is mind-blowing when you hear it back. So yeah, fantastic. Great song. I don't know what the fuck it's about, but it's fucking awesome.
Do you know what any of these songs are about that aren't about drugs?
I mean,
I don't.
The ones that are about drugs are obvious.
Yeah.
Drugs and religion, easy to figure out. Over the Mountain, unsure.
Not so much.
Maybe believe it's the Lord of the Rings thing. I'm not sure.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me. I believe this actually opened the Ozman Cometh, which was a greatest hits, not osmosis, like I mentioned earlier, which is pretty amazing if you use a song to open up your greatest hits record. Anyway, Flying High again. Keep on smoking them joints. Ozzy's high. Ozzy wants you to be high. If you've ever tried smoking dope or want to try smoking dope, here's a song for you. Also Sweet Leaf. But this is better than Sweet Leaf. Don.
Yeah, I don't know that I would go there, Nick, but thank you for trying. But anyway, I have to say, like I've tried. Yeah. And I want the 3 ribs back that I had removed to try that. But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast.
Did you at least smoke the ribs when you were done?
Pretty much. I tried, but now I got to pay to get them back. But all right. So Flying High again, I have to say, I feel like Flying High again went through like maybe like 3 levels of coolness. Like for some reason, at least for me, when I first heard it, I thought it was the fucking coolest. Then probably like maybe about 26 years ago, I was like, maybe this isn't such a cool song. It's kind of corny. Well, now it's back up on the cool plateau for me. So I don't know why it keeps kind of ebb and flowing like that for me. But on this listen, I absolutely love
it's on Tribute. Any song on Tribute is immediately good. Just like any chick with a guitar is automatically hot.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Would you guys agree that in some cases, the versions from Tribute were actually a bit better?
100% better.
The studio?
Way better. But I prefer live to studio.
Well, so that might be what it is then too, because to me, like when I hear these songs, I'm wanting to channel that live version from Tribute, but
Same.
listening to it as a standalone, like especially for this episode, I fucking love the song. I think it's great. It's a perfect second song. Like it's very well sequenced. This album. So 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 does not match what you said. Keefy.
Yeah, that's true. Nick, thinking like an editor at Ghost Cult magazine. I love Flying High
Oh,
Again.
I got promoted.
Flying High Again is awesome. And but I'm still mad at Sammy Hagar for fucking it up at the Back to the Beginning. I'm never gonna forgive him. I fucking hate him anyway. And then he goes ahead
can't go a week without that coming.
Fuck that guy. Fuck Journey. Fuck.
What are you? Okay, what am I? Veronica? Are you Dante? Did I ask you to fucking go to college?
That's a broad You're making a broad generalization. You're making a generalization
about broads.
Oh,
well, now that was a great deep reference.
Jennifer Gigliotti. Ooh.
Oh man, dude. Yes.
Great, and she was amazing in Clerks 3. She actually could act that time.
She really can act, yeah.
She could not in Clerks 1.
Well, it's not fair.
It's not. No, it's
he hired
fair.
his friends. He barely hired actors.
No, they were actors. They were stage actors in New Jersey.
Jeff Anderson was the only accomplished
They were
actor.
amateur. None of them. I didn't. Did I use the word accomplished? No, they were. I did not. They were amateur actors in New Jersey, in rural New Jersey. Not even a good part of New Jersey.
Children.
Kevin Smith celebrated
of the grave
birthday this week.
Children of the grave.
Keep on smoking them joy. Oh, wait, that's a different song.
Over the Mountain and Flying High Again, the two singles off the record. Very strong start. Like, you came off a 10 of 10 album with two flawless heavy metal songs.
Absolutely
I
true.
rest on your face. I rest my case.
Let's go ahead and bring it down a little bit. Because you know what? You Can't Stop Rock and Roll on Tribute is great. But I also don't think it's 7 minutes.
That's not on Tribute, by the way.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Rock and Roll is actually
$48.
No, You Can't Kill Rock and Roll is not on Tribute.
Okay, let me just take a look. Ozzy, Tribute, track list. Oh, I wrote Tozzy. List of tribute albums. It's AI's doing things. Let me go ahead and take that T out so it's not Tozzy. Click.
He's gonna owe me $48, by the way. You heard that.
Should have bet him more money.
Oh, there it is, track 15.
You are so full of shit. And I almost believed you for a quick second because I had it pulled up on my screen and I looked like a fucking idiot. I was like, "Oh, did I scroll to that?" Okay, I'll take that $48 in Bitcoin.
Okay, dumbass. The smart play would have been, I'll take that in No Rest for the Wicked. You missed.
That's what I'm gonna take it in, dude. Seriously,
you said Bitcoin. You said Bitcoin.
Take it in the keister. Anyway, moving on.
You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. It's okay. I don't need any Ozzy Osbourne song at this point in time for 7 minutes. Done.
Yeah, this song is like 4 minutes too long. I feel like it's
That's about right. Yeah.
It's a bit on the repetitive side after the 3 minute mark. Not his strongest performance, I would say. I mean, like, I don't know. It almost sounds like even in his voice, he sounds like he's not digging it that much, So, I mean, it's not an insulting song by any means, but
it's cliche.
It was corny. It's corny even for the
It was
even for
corny
the time.
when Twisted Sister did it.
Yeah, but I think Twisted Sister did it better than
I know they did it better because they didn't do it for 7 fucking minutes.
No, that's very true.
You can't do Twisted Sister for 7 minutes ago.
No.
I mean, do you want to hear Hear No Evil for 7 minutes? No, you do not. Under the Blade? I don't think so.
Yeah, I just thought it was
maybe.
I just thought it was too long, and to be totally honest, in comparison with some of the other, I feel like it could have been a B-side, and it would have been great. But
it would have been great at 3 minutes. Keefy.
Yeah, good, not great. Nothing
Let's
else.
move on to Believer, another track on Tribute. No one question or look at track listings this time. Now here we have another great song. It's the right length. Ozzy, I love him, and I love Randy, but they are not writers of epics. You know, they're not writing songs about Gilgamesh or Odysseus here, right? And I don't want them to do that. I want them to write poppy neoclassical metal songs that are awesome. And that's what this is, and it's great. Riffs, solos, thunders, bass making faces, bass player faces, getting water bottles. Keep Don.
I never made those faces when I played the bass.
You didn't play the bass right. If you're a bass player and your elbow and your shoulder doesn't go up to your ear and you're not making faces like it hurts to put your and then you're wondering why is it up here? What am I doing? What am I doing? Done.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll go with that one. So I have to say, Believer, in some ways, to me, it sounds like it could have been a Sabbath tune had it been slightly altered in the in that bridge change.
I would have said better.
That was, I mean, it definitely would have been a great Sabbath tune. I also feel like it was, kind of teetering on some of that doom a little bit, like maybe like a little precursor of it. I actually think it's one of the better songs on the album, but
I agree with that.
But it doesn't match with the other material that's on the album. So it kind of sticks out a little more than the others, but I love this song. Frequent visitor of that one.
This album is more about Ozzy growing and changing away from Sabbath rather than Ozzy inhabiting Sabbath. The first record is more of, like, consider Robert Plant's first record, Pictures at 11. That sounds like the next Led Zeppelin record. Yes, it does. Yes, it. Consider where it came from. The last Led Zeppelin record was in
former podcast subject that we absolutely talked about how he was breaking away from Led Zeppelin and not doing the same stuff. But you do you, buddy.
I will do the crap out of me and wipe it off. Keefy.
My head. Do I need to send you a T-shirt?
Socks, please.
The Cummins. Believer is the third best song on this album. It is a fucking banger. It is one of the best Ozzy solo songs of the Randy era. And it's a frequent topic, religion, that Ozzy is known for doing part of, for whatever his career has been made of. So yeah, fantastic song, fantastic solo. Agree with what Don said, don't agree with what Nick said. Next.
Why do I feel so persecuted in my own podcast? Let's flip the record.
You deserve it.
Wow. To flip the record? Yeah, Little Dolls. I've listened to this album multiple times in the past 4 days. No recollection of this track. Period. Done.
Little Dolls. I had to go back and revisit it also. And it was like, as I was reading the track list, like, I feel like this second side gets a little blurry. Like, I feel like this album
little, just a hair.
I feel like this album was very front heavy, to be honest.
Tracked poorly.
Yeah, now we're kind of getting into it's like if you're
eating
the
Glacially. No.
Hold on. No, let me say this.
Glacially musical podcast approved phrase.
No.
Yes.
Okay. What is it? You got to tell me what it is if you want me to use it.
It's the soft underbelly.
Oh, the soft underbelly. Okay, that's right. Well, I still say that side 2 is like if you're eating a brisket sandwich like I was this past weekend, you take a bite and all the meat comes out at one time and you've got the kind of meat bread. Like side 2 is like the meat bread.
Well, that sounds better than the soft underbelly, and this is not better than that. I want a brisket sandwich. I'm doing deep fry fiesta on Saturday because Lawyer Wife wants deep fried pickles.
That was a great sandwich, by the way. That brisket. But anyway, I felt like Little Dolls when I revisited it. It kind of reminded me of why I forgot it. Like, it's a little weird. Like it holds no weight whatsoever in like what I think he was trying to accomplish on this album. And this is also where I kind of feel like it's very obvious that when how little input he had on some of the writing, especially the lyrical content on this album. Like that particular song does not sound like something that would have like manifested from anything that he was about.
Yeah, Bob.
True. What you got, Keefy?
We blame Bob. I was going to say, is this song kind of offensive to Don? Because obviously it's about voodoo dolls, right? And it's not even
It is
creative. Yeah,
it is.
It's not even creative in terms of the lyrics. And as
it's so literal. It's like way too literal.
So too literal.
It's like a fork truck. It's a fork truck lifting a crate of forks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Don, are you kind of as a Louisianan here? Are you the Raging Cajun? Are you offended by how lame this shit is?
You know what's really funny is that I actually, like over the years, like I've gotten very accustomed to people like overthinking or over singing about New Orleans, especially when it comes to like voodoo culture and stuff. So to me, this sounds like someone that saw like a voodoo doll in like a rest stop somewhere in Louisiana and was like, "Ooh, I think I know what that's about." You know what I mean? They kind of go into it. So I'm always a little touchy when people start going into like Louisiana / New Orleans, like
this what you're describing sounds exactly the way my daughter has described my style.
Tim Burton, a truck stop.
No, Tim Burton after watching one episode of The Sopranos and getting obsessed.
That's exactly what it is. It's like he saw something. It's like Daisley saw something and was like, couldn't get out of his head.
This is who I am
real
now.
Clue what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
He sees a thing, doesn't understand it. This is who I am now.
Here's the lyric idea notebook Bob kept on tour. Over the mountain, mystical Lovecraft horror, flying high again, drugs, can't kill rock and roll as
also drugs,
believer, anti-religion, little
and
dolls,
drugs,
voodoo dolls,
anti-voodoo.
Who don't, and the last three don't know, and then madness. So,
okay, moving on to tonight. I assume this song exists because I have no memory of this song again. Done.
Honestly, believe it or not, this is one of the two songs on side 2 that I vividly remember because I put this on a mixtape for the girl that would go on to break my heart.
Never put Ozzy on a mixtape for a girl. I don't know that we need to say that now because nobody makes mixtapes.
Wait, hold on. But if you listen to the song, like it's very like romantic.
What were you dating my ex?
Dude, I was like 14 trying to get laid.
I should say my ex is the same person who said after my grandmother's funeral, I was more moved by Spock's funeral than that. Wow, that's vile.
That's pretty bad.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Phone malfunctioned. This is the weakest song on the record, actually. Little Dolls is even better than this. I never cared for this song.
Fair enough. I cannot speak to that because I don't remember it. Let's move on to the next song, Sato. He is in Okinawa. He's going to chop down a board in Karate Kid Part 2. Again, I have no recollection. I mean, the first 3 songs on side 2 just hit my brain and go away. This is the softest of the soft underbellies. Done.
So, excuse me. So Sato, which by the way, I don't know if you guys do this, but it actually stands for Sharon, Adrian, Thelma, and Ozzy. So it was Sharon and her at the time boyfriend.
Did they forget Louise?
Of course they did. So I thought that was really interesting, a little tidbit. And also what I did not know, and I read this in our interview with Bob Daisley, is that the original name of the song was Strange Voyage. So a little bit of tidbit there, but all I can remember about Sato, and I did listen to it quite a few times, is I can't imagine how many strippers danced to this song in 1981.
Ew.
I mean, seriously, like this would have been like a high tipper, you know. Actually, Keefy, you know what it reminded me of? For some reason, it reminded me of Miss Gazzari Dancer.
Oh my fucking god.
in the metal years.
Keefy,
Like I could have heard
Keefy,
it on that.
mute that guy. Finish this. Finish
Finish
it.
it.
But it's not. But it's not horrible. It's just not great. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually love this song. I know that it's not great, and I love it because it's not great. I had no idea what this song was about for many years until I found out later. Um, and it kicks ass. I love this song. And I know that Ozzy is like, man, I didn't like that song anymore because I love Sharon and it was, you should not have put it in some. Um, why do
In a
you let other
sock?
people? Why do you let other people do shit for you instead of doing it yourself? Because you can't. But it's actually a pretty good song.
Alrighty, let's finish the record out with the best track on the record, Diary of a Madman. If you don't think I'm right, you're wrong, and that's
Hell
fine.
fucking no. Come on. You know, you just, oh. Why are you like this? Go on.
Why am I like what? Right all the time?
Patently, like, pathologically wrong constantly, actually. You're the brain and everybody in the world is a pinky. Like, get fucked. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I love you, but you are a maniac. You are a absolute fucking maniac and a terror to music reviewing.
Dude, that was this episode should be like subtitled like Keefy Unhinged. Love it.
That's not even unhinged. I'm not yelling. That's just my
Well, oh,
voice.
you
This
meant
is how
Pinky.
I talk.
You meant Pinky like, what are we going to do tonight, Brian?
That's all of us, and
Yes.
you're the brain, and we're all pinky. You only
Thank
you
you.
know.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad I didn't.
Reverse
I'm
back
glad
to
I'm
what you
glad I
said on
didn't
Over
have.
the Mountain and Flying
I'm
High again.
I'm glad I didn't have to be the one to say it, but I
And
appreciate
then
you
you
saying
come
it.
back and like Diary of the Madman, the best song on the album. Normally, the song titled for again, most of the time, the title track is the best song on the album, and it's usually
And
first.
this is one of those times.
This is no.
This is a closer. This shuts the fucking door, slaps you in the mouth, squeezes your ass, and pinches your taint.
This would have been a better song earlier.
If you haven't heard this with Joe Holmes and Robert
you don't count
Forbraids
Joe Holmes.
Trujillo,
You don't get to bring out Joe. You don't get to bring up Joe Holmes again.
Fucking that was
Never
a
again.
great thing.
You don't get to bring up Joe Holmes ever again as long as you live in my presence. Come on now.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You're
Joe
allowed to love the song.
Joe
but you
loads
can't do
unlimited
your-
homes.
You can't be completely full of shit week in and week out and think I'm not going to check you. Now I'm unhinged. You brought me.
Nick, you
I
brought
need
it
to
out.
help with something. We're going to hurt some people, and you can never ask me about it. Which cat we taking? That's me. I'm fucking Jem. You brought me. I can't be out here killing people. You brought me. I'm Jeremy Renner in the town, and you're Ben Affleck.
Look, we're gonna get we're gonna get out of this car, and if you don't jump out of this car with me, I'm kicking your ass next. That's Goodwill Hunting. Oh, you don't got your $2 for a burger? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put that burger on the put the burger on the dashboard, right? And you just you give me 10 cents each week, and it's an installment plan. When you got me $2, when you got me 20 dimes, you can have the burger.
Oh my god.
That is the worst Boston accent I think I've ever heard.
I had no idea where you were going with that though, but I have a feeling
He was quoting a Ben Affleck movie. I'm quoting a Ben Affleck movie. They're about fights.
Well, I feel like Keith's going to really get unhinged now because I feel like that this is the single greatest song on the album. If not,
can I finish
in
my
his
point?
top 5.
Can I finish my
solo
point?
songs.
Can I finish my point?
No.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Did you see Joe Holmes, aka Randy's Fingers, and Bob Forbraids Trujillo rocking this at the Ozfest '98? It was fucking brilliant.
I saw him rock it on the Retirement Sucks tour, that first leg, and he was fucking great. So
now with Randy's Fingers and Bob Forbraids.
Yeah.
Joe Holmes was not in Ozzy in 1998 Ozfest.
Yes, he was.
Jack Wild was in Ozzy, and he was opening with Black Label Society. You don't know what you're talking about. Once again, clickety clack, clack, clack. The thing I hate the most. Go ahead. Mute yourself before you look up being wrong. Are you done, Don?
Well, anyway, I was just going to say, I really do think it's the best song on the album for me, mainly because this is the cut. I am a fan of epics. I'm a fan of just, the multiple changes, bridges, everything, hooks, choruses. Like to me, this song is so. It's almost like it's the closest to a Maiden song that Ozzy would ever get, and I love it. I love this song, but apparently it was so complex that they could not actually get Ozzy to
Joe
stay
Holmes
still
was
long enough
in.
to learn this song to play it live in the show.
Joe
So the
Holmes was
only
95
song
to 01.
night. Oh,
Yeah, but I'm telling you that Ozfest '98, Joe was not there because
I have
Zach was
never
there.
seen Black Label Society, and I went to
Well,
97,
maybe
98,
they didn't.
99.
Yeah, I did too. All
We
those
had
and
we had
2000.
Joe Holmes in 2008. I never saw Zach Wilde until you and I saw him with Pantera.
Okay, great for you.
I actually had no idea Joe Holmes was in there that long. But
He
anyway,
wasn't.
great.
I didn't
think
either.
Wherever
I
you're
think it's a
looking, it's
great
wrong.
song. I think it's a great song. I really wish that that's something that he would have done in full live. But just one more little sidebar on this is that according to Ozzy and other people in the camp, that for this tour, Ozzy was so fucking wasted they could not tether him down long enough to actually learn all the lyrics to this song and to get down the places of everything. So that was why they replaced the original show opener intro with the intro of Diary of a Madman. And on that tour, only new song added to that set list was Over the Mountain.
That explains how Ozzy ended up bald the day before filming a live concert for Speak of the Devil.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, brilliant song. I absolutely love it. I think it's sinister. I think it's beautiful.
I think I want to kill myself. Anyway,
But that would make me sad.
yeah, well, you deserve
Evie,
it.
I would be heartbroken. You don't do that.
Diary of a Madman's awesome. It is the, fourth best song on this album. I don't think it's better than Believer or Over the Mountain or Flying High Again. I do agree with Don's very cool point about Maiden. It is a very Maiden-like epic. We write epic songs about books we wrote. We read.
Was that Henry Rollins imitating?
Yes, Henry
Bruce
Rollins
Dickinson?
imitating Bruce Dickinson. We're a very literary band. We read a book about the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, and then we
Yeah, our books about poetry.
We read
read
your
poetry.
cliff notes. We read the cliff notes about the poem, and then we took those notes and we put them into a song. Exactly.
By the way,
That's
Rollins gave the two best interviews about post Ozzy passing away. CNN
I saw that.
They were both
absolutely
brilliant.
beautiful.
He's a brilliant
Beautiful
genius. We're lucky to live in his time.
I love his words better than his music.
So it's not,
something.
Yeah, well, so Black Flag series when? Anyway,
Fair question.
we really have never done a punk band, and we still
We did one.
well, I don't count Beastie Boys as a punk band.
Oh, we're not doing that?
Purely a
Do
punk
not
band.
call me Shirley.
I said purely.
Oh.
Do not call me purely.
Never
Nicky
call me
Jam.
Shirley.
Surely you can't be serious.
Great song to end the album. I don't think it's nearly the best song on the album.
Fair enough.
Not even nearly the best song on the album. Not even close. Again, you can't blow up the first two songs and then come back later and be the best song on the record. You can't. You gotta have some accountability when you
can. It's the first two pumps, which are the greatest.
You really
pumps.
got to get that curtain back because now your screen, it's dark out and your screen is reflecting.
I'll put the curtain. Okay, I'll put it back.
It actually looks kind of badass because it looks like it's like screen.
I'm in Tron now.
You're
I'm
high
Tron.
and it doesn't look badass. It looks terrible.
I'm in Tron. So the way I'm seeing this is you get your first two slides. Those are great slides. And then, Diary is when it comes back and it's great. I think we can all agree that unfortunately this record is about a 7 out of 10.
8.
Is that about right?
8 to me.
I was gonna go with 8 out of 10.
Tonight was a single, by the way. Who thought that was a good idea?
I just read that was a single. I had no fucking clue.
Wait, what was the single?
Tonight was the third single.
It was the third single.
Did it actually happen?
I mean, it says it did.
Do you remember that happening? Do you remember the song even?
I don't recall.
Well,
I don't remember the song now, and I heard it today.
Like
I heard it today also.
You sent it on a mixtape. That doesn't count. You weirdo.
I was heartbroken.
You should not use Ozzy. Never mind.
Look, it was only a mere like 4 years later that I would be immersing myself and headed for a heartbreak to.
Did you just quote Cinderella? Did you just pull into Heartbreak Station?
No, I was headed for a heartbreak, but I
Were you
could pull. Yeah.
bringing on? Were you bringing on the heartbreak?
No,
He's
that was her. She brought on
fooling.
the heartache, though. But anyway, but I thought that this album lacked production again. I thought it was slightly better than Blizzard,
It was rushed.
but
It sounds
Yeah,
rushed.
it's. I think this I will agree with. It's not that the produce like Max. It was like one of his first things.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's the
because the guy
first
did
thing
some.
he did actually when he was the engineer on Blizzard of Oz, and Max, ended up, becoming the producer for Ozzy after, and of course,
God sized.
no, shut up,
But he
Meg.
did he did such a great job on the later albums. But again, I think Nick was right. I think it was rushed. I think it was very quickly, and especially if you're new to the board, you know what I mean? Like you're already under pressure as it is.
They
Um,
recorded this in like literally the course of weekends.
yeah,
It's not like they even had like a full. If they recorded this in a solid week, rather than when they had time during a tour, it would have sounded 10 times better.
I just think it's a little disappointing to me that to look back on that this is the only two things we have of Randy
No, it's
Rhoads
not.
with
We
Ozzy
have
that were.
tribute.
No, well, I'm talking studio wise because I would have liked to have heard these albums as lively as some of the other recordings, but you take what you can get. I still stand by 8 out of 10.
I'll give you that. I'm sticking with 7 out of 10. It is a step down from Blizzard of Oz, which is 10 out of 10. And it's not like it's a stumble. It's not a Nick drinks whiskey, falls flat on his face kind of situation, which happens. So, any final thoughts, Keefe?
Yeah, I'm with Don. I think this is an 8. It is a step down from the 10 of 10 of Blizzard, but it's still this 8 is better than if you look around at the time this came out and every other record that came out in a very stacked year and the year that Metallica forms and all these other things. These two records, this record, even this record, raises the bar for all of rock and heavy metal. This stands on its own with Priest and Maiden. This is easily
Give
as
you
good
that.
as,
Give you that.
I mean, any of the pre-Bruce Maiden. This is just as good. And I love me some pre-Bruce Maiden, and this is just as good as whatever Priest was doing at this time, Screaming for Vengeance, right? So
Give you
almost
that.
as good, almost as good. So I think even with the fall, which was bound to happen, the way these guys were partying and going hard,
Truth.
and I wish it had been recorded with, again, the live band properly. And I wish we had gotten a third record with Aldridge and Sarzo and Randy, but we didn't. So, yeah,
True.
and, maybe also, Randy might have just been bored by this shit by now. Because also a million guitar players now sound like him and Van Halen, and they're not so special and
And
unique.
this is when he's telling Ozzy on the bus, "That's it for me." He wasn't
Probably.
gonna. He was not.
That's
According to
the rumor.
Ozzy, he
According
wasn't
to
coming
Ozzy.
back for a third record. He was
According
done.
to Ozzy's ghostwriter. Yeah.
Oh, fair
Well, wait,
enough.
wasn't there was also that long-standing story slash rumor, which comes from Daisley, but we also don't know the details, where that at some point Ozzy had fired the entire band, including Randy, because he was very upset over the fact that while he was passed out drunk during sound check, that they were all jamming on stage without him during sound check and coming up with what was to be new material from that trio that we just mentioned. And so, of course, that stuff never manifested. I just don't know how legit that story
Who
is, and
knows
if
what?
that actually,
Who knows
like,
what?
did that actually ever resolve before Randy's death? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know the whole
I will
story.
say that I'm just going to take a second here and add one more minute onto this, and then I'll take us home if there's nothing else.
I got
One of the
nothing.
worst crimes in metal history is is the re-recordings. Just fucking dreadful. Just fucking stupid. Don't anyone ever do this shit again. If you're mad at someone, if Mustaine wants to go re-record So Far So Good So What without Ellefson, that's different. He's been kicked out of the band. But bands, and that album needs a re-recording actually, because there's no saving the masters on that one. So Far So Good So What. But like that shit is foul. It's beyond money. It's petty as fuck. And I'm not fucking happy that it happened. You know? I'm really fucking angry that it happened. And honestly, Robert and Puffy Borden should be absolutely ashamed that they
They should
participated.
be. They absolutely should be.
And I love Robert. I really do. But like, what a farce.
But did they do that because they were still contractually obligated to Sharon as being part of Ozzy's band?
Not about did they do. They could have
was-
been like, I'm not going to do this. I'm out.
Yeah.
Robert's a mercenary at this point. He played with everybody. Yeah,
it was. This is
she
right
wasn't going to go.
before.
Are you going to ask
right
Jason Newsted? He would have been like, "Fucking no."
Yeah,
no,
those guys.
The
didn't need
re-recording,
the
Nick.
Yeah.
The re-recording is way after Robert joined Metallica. So,
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Robert's been in Metallica
I did not
since
know that.
2004,
Okay,
buddy.
well then that's even less forgivable. Then, to
That's
be honest,
so he didn't need money, and they're not.
It's 02.
So just before he joins Metallica,
Yeah,
he was
like
also in
right
Black
before.
Label Society. He'd been on Jerry Cantrell's
I didn't know he was in Black Label.
for a while. Yeah,
but for a little while, yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
they weren't hurting for money either one of
no,
them.
they're
at that
not.
point.
Puffy
So,
Borden,
yeah.
the Faith No More's broken up, and he's drumming for Ozzy. He's not broke or needs money. It was a choice. They chose to do it. They should have said fucking no. Everybody in the whole music business should have been like, pay those two fucking guys, even if you hate them. And then
they ended up paying
by the
him
way,
anyway.
Yeah, and then Sharon said it was Ozzy's decision. Ozzy comes out with "I Am Ozzy" and says, "I had nothing to do with that. It was Sharon," and she snapped, and it was evil. Fucking evil, okay? And if you don't think she approved every word of that book before it went out, you're crazy. So anyway, if there's nothing else about this album that is a banger, mostly bangers except two forgettable songs. I'm glad that this exists. This is why Ozzy's in the Hall of Fame. These two albums and a few more.
Completely.
By as a solo artist, which again has only been done 4 times.
Who else?
One guy's in 3 times. Fuck him.
Blue Lou?
Not Blue Lou. Get fucked. God.
I don't think Midnight Blue got Blue Lou into the Midnight Blue Lou.
Dennis DeYoung?
Hey, who blew you? Who blew Lou? Who knows who blew Lou?
Davy Jones.
No, it is Sir
Don
Arthur Conan
Harry
Doyle.
also not miscredited also on Diary of a Madman, did not play on it but was credited. Johnny Cook, who played in Mungo Jerry, did the keyboards on Diary of a Madman, which is impressive if you think about the song Diary of a Madman. It's got pretty impressive orchestrations. You've been listening to the Glacially Musical Podcast. I'm gonna go fuck myself after this. I'm your co-host Keefy at ghostcultmag.com, at ghostcultmag, at ghostcultkeefy. You know where to find Don. You know where to find Nick. If you want to get preposterous, you can find Nick everywhere on social media, especially on Blue Sky and Instagram. We do love you, but you drive me fucking crazy. And it's the Glacially Musical Podcast, and it doesn't play in Peoria, but Ozzy played in Peoria on the Diary of a Madman tour, and I see a cat.
It's Itchy.
Itchy and scratchy?
GG.
Nick is
I don't think
scratching
you
his kitty.
understand that, like, your whispering is disconcerting and does not help actually any of
Oh.
your points.
It's GG.
Thank you. She looks worried. She's gonna shit in your shoe later.
Dude, she looks fucking furious right now, dude.
GG's
not
a
like
boy. GG is a man, y'all.
He is not loving it, whatever it
Not
is.
after you just scraped his
not
nose
after you
over
just
the
scraped his
microphone.
balls off the fucking mic. It's like grating it on a
Cheese
cheese
grater.
grater.
Goodbye.
See you next week, folks.
Later, folks. Bye.